Now it's time to start preparing and getting myself ready for surgery. And there's a whole bunch that went into this at the time, or at least it felt like there was a lot that was going on. Because my situation was different, this was not an emergency open heart surgery. My open heart surgery was scheduled. And in fact, from the day that I met the doctor, I had 3 weeks. So I knew there were some things that were going to be important. I had an opportunity to change my diet. And I mean really change my diet, and lost almost 20 pounds. And it was a good 20 pounds. And my body was probably in the best shape that it had been in going into that surgery. There was an exercise regimen, not once, not twice, but 3 times a day that I would do. But one of the things that I did is I would go to YouTube and I would watch videos of other guys and gals that had gone through the same type of surgeries. Open heart, I guess, I don't know, not exactly like mine, but had gone through that. And I watched them. And I watched how they had to get out of bed. And I watched how they had to manage their breathing. And I watched as much as I could, and I made notes. And I'm so glad that I did this because, and I would say to you, the one thing that really was a big deal was I watched one of the guys that had just come out of open heart surgery in ICU, and he couldn't talk. Obviously, then there's, most can't. But it made me think, what if I wouldn't be able to talk for days? I needed to have a sign with my hands, make key, just a key, and I did. For my wife, I made a key with hand signs, not just for yes and no, but just about everything. And actually, when I woke up, and I don't even remember this, is that I gave the sign, 2 signs. I gave one to be able to write, and I was able to scribble some stuff for my wife. And the other was I asked for water. Trust me when I tell you, you will be incredibly thirsty when you come out of this surgery. I will tell you, they were nice enough. Ice chips, not a bad idea. I took a drink. I think I just wouldn't leave them alone until they did it. And I took a drink of water and I threw up. That's the reason, by the way, they won't let you get a drink of water when you come out of surgery. I can say this, everything that I did in preparation for that surgery mattered. I will also say that during those days in ICU, they were incredibly difficult. And that's all I'll say. Many of the guys that I know that had gone through this kind of surgery, they just kind of left out the part about the ICU. And now I get it. Listen to your doctors, listen to the nurses, do what you got to do. They will tell you it could be as quick as 5 days, but it may be longer. It'll be as long as it needs to be. For me, it was 7 days to get out. In part because, as they'll tell you, there are other things that happen that can restrict you during the surgery. They'll give you the percentage that you may not live, and then there's the percentage of restrictions. And for me, my digestive system didn't wake up, and this created some real challenges for 2 or 3 days. But listening to the doctors, listening to the nurses, you get through that. And then comes the day that you get to go home. That will be one of the best days of your life. Certainly during post-surgery, it's going to be probably the top day because you get to go home.